Hey YouTube, it's Cherise here, and I wanted to do a product review for you guys. One of my subscribers asked me if I had tried the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick, and the answer is yes, I have. I think I've done some videos about it, maybe back in late 2016 when it first came out, but I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys my final review since I've had the product for a few months now, and I've had the opportunity to wear it several times. So first of all, let's talk about this foundation. I don't have the specs or anything with me, but I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it versus what the specs say. Y'all can look that up. I'll just tell you how I feel about it. So this is the product. It retails for $25. It comes in this sleek black packaging with rose gold accent to it. Very beautiful, nice, sleek, luxurious packaging. This foundation costs $25, so it's a very good price for a high-end product. It's a stick foundation, so you just twist it up like so. And I feel like when you first get it, it's about that much taller. So I've used up, we'll say, 2/5 of it. So I have 3/5 left. So I have over half of it left. And I have the shade Ebony, which is one of the shades that you had to wait for it to come out. I knew that the shades they had probably wouldn't match me, but this is almost a perfect dead on color match, as you guys can see. This is what it looks like. You can see it has a nice warmish undertone to it, but it's not red at all. It's actually very neutral, kind of a golden brown, which is what I would describe my skin as. My skin is golden brown. It is brown with golden undertones. There's like very little red in my skin. So it's hard for me to find foundations. I'm going to swatch it on my chest for you. I know Jackie Ina does this a lot. So I'm going to swatch it on my chest for you guys. As you can see, it's a lot deeper than my chest. This is actually a little bit too dark for me right now. But in the summer, once I get a tan, this is going to be very nice. I'm going to blend it out for you guys too. So you can see how easily it blends with my finger. Like, look at that, guys. You can see it kind of blends almost right into my skin. Like, real nice. See that? Beautiful. And that's one way to test. Like, you can hardly see it now that it's a good color match for you. Is if it blends right into your skin and you can't see it anymore. Like, you can hardly see where I applied it. So, again, I have the shade Ebony, which is just a tad bit too dark for me right now. But once I get darker, I go tan a little bit, it's going to be perfect. So this foundation is supposed to be geared towards people with oily skin, which I have combination oily skin, as you can see right now. I put this foundation on at 9:30 a.m. It is currently 7 p.m. So we're at 9.5 hours of wear, which is a really long time. I will tell you right now that this foundation makes your skin look like flawless skin. I don't think it looks like makeup, honestly. It just makes it look like you have better skin. Obviously, it's a little shiny right now, and that's the one thing I don't like about it, is that I have to powder a lot. Like, on me, it's not long lasting, and I have on the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector underneath it. And y'all know how Becca is that primer is super drying and mattifying, and usually I don't need to touch up at all with some of my drugstore foundations when I use that primer. But with this one, after about 4 hours, I need to at least blot. I can maybe get away with 5 hours without blotting, but then it looks kind of like this, too shiny for my liking. Yeah, it's too oily for my liking. Y'all can see the oil production, especially like right here and next to the nose. You can see how shiny it is. And I personally don't like it to look like this. Another thing is, as my oils come through this foundation, it starts to accentuate the texture of my skin and my pores. I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see it, but I can see in person that my pores are accented or accentuated, and the texture of my skin, it kind of just looks worse. Like, when your oils pop through this, it just looks kind of bad, and it looks a little, I don't want to say cakey, but it just doesn't look good once it starts to get oily, which is why I probably won't repurchase this foundation ever again. But I think it will be great for people that have normal skin. Let's go ahead and touch it up with some powder. We're going to use the powder that I used to set it this morning, and that is my LA Girl Pro High Definition Matte Press Powder in the shade Chestnut. I love this powder, and I just apply it using a flat top e.l.f. powder brush. I'm going to apply some of this, and I'll do 1/2 just so we can see the difference it makes in freshening up this foundation and touching it up. And that's another thing. I feel like I have to blot by hour 4 or 5, and then I have to touch up with powder within like 1 hour after that. Like it just progressively just starts to get oily quicker and quicker and quicker. So on me, this is not a long wearing foundation, and I have to like kind of worry about it. Like, oh, how long have I had it on? Like, do I look oily? Do I look greasy? Do I need to touch it up? Is it time to touch it up yet? So that's one side with powder. You can see the difference that made in the finish versus this side that is still oily and greasy. So after you touch it up though, it looks fine, but then once you touch it up, it kind of helps with the way it makes your pores look, but still I can tell that it's time to take it off. Or maybe I just need to try it with a different primer. But honestly, this is not my favorite foundation. If you want to try it out, I say go ahead, but in my opinion, I'm not going to repurchase it, and I'm just going to use up what I have. And one thing that is good about it though is that it does have a lot of colors. Now, let me say, when you use this product in conjunction with other products, it tends to last longer. At least that's my experience. So on those rare occasions where I do use like concealer and highlight and do the whole 9 yards, for some odd reason, this foundation lasts a lot longer and looks absolutely amazing. I know the one time that I did that, I had this foundation on and I used the LA Girl Pro HD concealers to like highlight under my eyes and my forehead, you know, the whole thing that you see a lot of people doing on YouTube. And this lasted all day and looked absolutely flawless, and I didn't need to touch up. So if you're a person that likes to use concealer and stuff, and you use a concealer that has a nice matte finish to it, like the LA Girl Pro concealers, and is like a long wearing concealer in those more oily areas, like in your T-zone, then I think this foundation is definitely something that you should invest in if you have combination oily skin. But if you're like me and you don't normally wear other mattifying liquid products, you just do your foundation and you just do a pressed powder over your whole face, then you might have the same problem where it starts to get oily after 4 or 5 hours, and then after that it just keeps getting oily and it's just time to take it off. So I give this foundation a 7 out of 10. Like I said, I give it a C. I feel like it's okay. It does look really good in natural light, and like I said, the colors are amazing. So yeah, it's just all right in my opinion. So here's a close-up. This is the side without being touched up that I've been wearing for 10 hours basically, or 9.5 hours. And here's the side that's been freshly touched up with powder. And this is me from far away, just so you can kind of see with my skin tone. I always like to show you from far away with my skin tone. Kind of what it looks like, you know. I think this is a really good color for me though. Like you saw on my chest though, it started off looking a little bit too deep, but then it blends right in. So yeah, you can build the coverage too. That's another thing about a stick foundation. It's also very fast. So when I'm in a rush, I tend to grab this. Like today I was in a rush for church, so I grabbed this foundation to put on because it's really easy to blend. You can blend it with a brush or a beauty blender. Today I used a brush, but I like it both ways, with a beauty blender or a brush. So that's all I have to say. But yeah, this is definitely like something I would wear to church when I know I'm coming right back home, or I'm going to church and we had potluck after and some singing, and I know I'll be able to blot once and be okay. But I would never wear this probably to work, because I don't be having time to blot and stuff at work and touch up usually until lunch. So, and by that time I've been teaching for 6 hours, so I will look a hot mess, which we don't want. So for $25, I feel like it's really up to you. But will I repurchase it? No. Will I, be wearing this out? No. I'll just be wearing it probably to church, to check the mail, to run errands, things like that. I have other drugstore foundations that outperform this one. But I do like the color, and I do like the way that it makes your skin look when you first apply it. And I do feel like it looks nice after you blot and touch it up. So let me know if this review was helpful, or if there's any other foundations you want me to review. I've decided that I'm probably not going to invest in high-end foundations anymore. I'm really trying to save money, you guys. Like, I love makeup and all, but I'm trying to save money to do other things. I'm trying to make some moves, you know. So yeah, I have some drugstore foundations that outperform a lot of my high-end foundations, and I'm kind of tired of trying to make things work, you know, make it work with my skin tone or make it work with my skin type when I have a few foundations that are almost perfect. So yeah, that's it for this. Let me know what you guys think about this color. Let me know what you guys think about this foundation if you have tried it before. And let me know if you like this kind of review where I've worn the foundation all day and I come with it on and show you, because the way I apply it is the same way I do basically all of my Get Ready With Me videos. So that's why I didn't do a demo. I just came on with the review, showed you how I touch it up, and now I'm about to take off all of my makeup and I think do a mask, because I'm trying to get rid of a few more of these tiny little pimples and breakouts that I have going on. That one's going down, and this has been really annoying me. So yeah, let me know, words. Let me know what you guys think about this kind of review. Do you like it? These short little videos that I'm trying to keep under 12 minutes. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for your support, and I love you guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye, YouTube.